Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a state of the market video. Today is October 11th, 2020. Before we get started, this video is for educational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security, and I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can find me on Twitter at AlphaCharge365, and I post there pretty much every day and share my thoughts. All right, so we're going to start with the SPX as we always do. And again, the point of the state of the market video is to say through multiple different charts and ways of looking at the market. Are we in a bullish market or are we in a bearish market? Kind of what is our market environment, right? Through market analysis. All right, so SPX. This was the important level we broke out. To me, this is just a successful retest of this level, and now we're starting to move higher. I do think that eventually we're gonna at least get to this 3580-ish level. It may not be a straight line. We're starting to get a little bit extended maybe, so we may get some choppiness and then kind of get up here, and then we'll see what happens, right? This may be a cup, and maybe it needs to make a little bit of a handle, and then it could go up. Maybe it keeps going straight up. I don't know, but either way, back above all the moving averages, they're all curling up. This is a bullish market, SPX. All right, so the Qs. Qs kind of came down. Here's kind of a trend line that it broke, and now it's moving higher. You can kind of look at this as maybe an inverse head and shoulders right down here. And this is the breakout. Any way you want to look at this, bullish scenario. Let's take that out here. This is a bullish scenario. All moving averages are moving higher, not quite as extended as the SPX. So again, I would not be shocked if this gets to this 303, 304 level, and then we'll see what happens at that point. Looking at the IWM, IWM has been one of the strongest markets since this bottom over here. It's gone basically straight up, looking real good. Again, this area has been resistance in the past, so it's going to be real interesting when it gets to the 170-ish level or so, how it reacts. If it goes up there in a straight line, we have to expect that it'll pull back some, and we'll see how much it pulls back, right? If it's a shallow pullback, that's very bullish. If it's a much deeper pullback, that's a different story. So we'll see what happens when it gets here, but I think IWM can reach that 170-ish level again, and probably will. Looking at the different sectors I think are important. First one is financials. I don't believe they have to lead, but I would like to see them participate, again, for the health of the market. And what are we seeing? You know what? They are looking pretty good. So we have all the moving averages kind of bundled up together. But as you can see, let me zoom in here. As you can see, they are starting to line up in a bullish way, all trending up, right? All of them are moving up and to the right. 29 day is over the 23 day, is over the 65 day. So this looks like it's setting up for a very bullish scenario. And I think XLF, as the health of the market looks pretty good, and potentially financials as a trading vehicle may be okay. So you'd have to look at the individuals and see how they look, but this looks pretty good right there. Looking at the semiconductors breaking out to all-time highs, nothing bearish about that at all. I think it's good for the market and also good as a tradable entity. Maybe a little extended. I wouldn't be shocked if you see some backing and filling this week. Let these moving averages catch up a little bit. It is, again, maybe some kind of cup. It needs a little handle coming on here. Again, let the moving averages catch up, and then the real breakout happens. I don't know, but as far as how I'm using it for this video's sake, very bullish scenario, bullish for the market overall. Looking at lumber, this has been an area of resistance for over a year, and we're starting to clear it. As you can see, it broke back and now it broke out. And that's very, very bullish also. So lumber going higher, bullish again. It means that, the market, the economy is more likely to be going up than going down. So everything so far is looking great. Let's look at risk on, risk off indicator. I'm going to use SPX TLT as one of those types of indicators. Um, an uptrend, right? So that's good. That means SPX is outperforming TLT. I think that's a positive for the market. If we see TLT, a safe haven, outperforming SPX, then I think that'd be a negative for the market. But we are not seeing that. Definitely in the uptrend category. So that looks great. Looking at credit spreads, IEI versus HYG. I'm gonna get rid of this volume. This looks great. So we have lower highs, right? And we're trying to make a lower low here. Hasn't quite done it yet, but we're definitely in the right direction. So this looks great. I was a little nervous when this was kind of going higher here, but it's still a lower high. It never got above this high right here. So I think credit spreads continuing coming in. And this is what actually kept me not too bearish was the credit spreads. They weren't exploding higher like this, right? Um, so, or even like this, right? They were just kind of meandering up. No, there was no panic in credit, and that was that was keeping me in the bullish camp. Um, Again, would love to see it just notch down to make a lower low here. That would be great. Let's look at the VIX. VIX coming down also, still elevated at 26.9, but it's heading in the right direction. Again, there's no panic showing up in the market. That's a positive. Let's look at gold. Gold is kind of interesting, right? Because we have this, maybe some type of, inverted head and shoulders. And here's, it could also be a bull flag. But we are seeing maybe a potential breakout here. And that's interesting because this shallow pullback, and if we come, break out above this 195-ish level, that'd be really bullish for gold. And a really interesting scenario because this base has been a consolidation, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, this is a decade long, right? This is huge. So that would be a very interesting development on if gold gets going again. So we'll see about that. Put call ratio, we're in a bullish range. So the way I look at the put call ratio, this is a signal over here, maybe to get bullish. This is not a signal to get bearish. It's a signal that says, okay, we're in a bullish range, probably in a pretty good uptrend, and expect some wiggles and some maybe a sharp pullback or two just to keep the bulls in check. But this is just a positive for the market, a bullish market. That's what it shows. And that's what we're in. That last one we'll look at today is Value Line Geometric Index. It's a breadth indicator. It's back in an upswing. We'd love to get above this 500 level, which has been important for, go back to a weekly chart. This 500 level has been resistance for ever. Broke out, fell back below it. So again, getting above 500-ish, this area right here, 510, 520, that would be a very, very bullish situation. And it looks like we're starting to move that direction, right? We're not there yet, but we're moving that direction. So that means breadth is fine. One thing that I like to look at intraday, when the markets are maybe not doing great, is I look at the heat map on FinViz, because what I noticed, like on some of the days where the market was either down or not doing great, is that the big boys, Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, they may have been down heavy on those days, but the rest of the market was fairly green. Again, this shows that the breadth under the surface is still doing pretty good. And if these guys start to move higher, and we'll just go through some of them real fast. Amazon, looking like it wants higher right here, right? if we break down below here, it's a different story, but we're not. We're moving higher. Apple, it's a big event coming up. Looks like it wants higher above all its moving average. Microsoft, big day. Looks like it wants higher. Google, big day. It looks like it wants higher. Facebook, again, above all its moving averages. They all look like they want to move higher. So if they start moving higher with the rest of the market, this could be a very bullish scenario. So we will see. Anyway, good luck trading this week. Take care. Hope you like this video. Like and subscribe if you did. Have a great day.